After the defeat in World War II, Japan was in no position to develop or acquire new military aircraft. After the end of the official Allied occupation of the islands, the country adopted a strict policy of non-involvement, vowing never to take part in foreign conflicts and banning all forms of military export. At the same time, given the reality of living in a world divided between two superpowers, Japan also started rebuilding its armed forces for self-defense purposes. By the early 1980s, the Japan Air Self-Defense Force had already realized it needed a replacement for its aging Mitsubishi F-1. At first, Mitsubishi planned to develop the new aircraft domestically. The F-1 had proven to be a solid design, and investing in Japan's own defense industry seemed like a sound long-term strategy. On the other hand, Japan could simply purchase the F-16, a reliable, advanced, and relatively affordable aircraft that met most of the country's requirements. After long and difficult negotiations with the United States, the decision was made to pursue a joint development project, using the F-16 as the foundation. For an island nation, one of the main priorities in wartime is destroying enemy naval forces. Because of that, the initial concept of a multi-role aircraft shifted toward a strike-oriented design. To achieve this, Mitsubishi engineers made numerous modifications to the F-16. The most notable change was a larger wing, which improved maneuverability and allowed for a greater weapons load. The aircraft also needed a longer operational range, which led to a noticeable increase in weight. To offset this, Japanese engineers incorporated composite materials into the wing structure. Finally, the fighter was adapted to carry Japanese missiles and avionics, and Japan obtained a license to assemble the General Electric F-110 engine locally. Development took far longer than expected. The first prototype didn't take to the skies until October 1995. However, unlike many Cold War-era aircraft, the F-2 entered full-scale production without major delays. Even more importantly, it remains in active service with the Japan Air Self-Defense Force today, with around 100 units still fully operational. You can also fly the F-2 in War Thunder. Rank 8 of the Japanese aviation tree features both the production F-2A and the prototype F-2A ADTW. The key difference between these two models lies in their available air-to-air missiles. The researchable version carries missiles with active radar homing. This difference has a significant impact on combat tactics, so let's take a closer look at each modification and discuss them separately. To engage other aircraft, the F-2A ADTW can carry up to 8 air-to-air missiles, 4 AIM-7Ms, and 4 AAM-3s. With solid radar missile performance and a decent onboard radar, this fighter excels at medium-range engagements of up to 20 kilometers. Meanwhile, the infrared-guided AAM-3s are great for fighting at close range. They have high overload capability, good max speed, and, most importantly, some resistance to countermeasures. The fighter's main drawback is the absence of a helmet-mounted sight, a feature that's already quite common at its battle rating. This isn't that important at medium ranges, where targets are acquired using radar, but it's a noticeable disadvantage at close range. Without HMD, it's much harder to quickly lock onto an opponent at low altitude when ground hugging to evade enemy missiles. In this scenario, you simply can't quickly raise your nose to swiftly lock onto a target and launch your own missiles. It's worth noting that the radar track while scan mode helps mitigate this somewhat, assisting your missiles in acquiring a lock. Still, the F-2 performs best at medium altitudes, and that's why we recommend sticking to this engagement profile. Fire radar-guided missiles first, then switch to infrared ones at closer ranges. It's advantageous to engage the enemy from a higher altitude, as it gives you precious extra seconds to secure a lock. The AAM-3s in particular are extremely deadly. Even a heavy burst of countermeasures often isn't enough to evade them. The production F-2A is even more capable at medium and even long ranges. It can equip the more advanced AAM-4 missiles, which feature active radar seekers and an amazing power-to-weight ratio for their class. However, only 4 can be carried at once, so every shot should count. Choosing your targets carefully is crucial. Running out of long-range missiles early in a match can be costly. Since many opponents carry larger missile loads, it's best to stay close to allies and work as a group, covering one another. Both F2 variants are well suited for mixed battles, thanks to their impressive array of payload options. The researchable version has access to precision laser-guided munitions, but even the prototype model can carry guided bombs capable of striking top-tier SAM systems from a safe distance. The F2 excels at carrying out long-range bombing runs outside enemy air defense zones, or in delivering a pop-up attack, followed by a rapid retreat behind terrain. Keep in mind that since the aircraft lacks dedicated air-to-ground missiles, providing close air support is quite challenging. Standard bombs and unguided rockets can do the job, but such tactics are risky, as they require you to get uncomfortably close to your targets and should be reserved for emergencies only. In real life, the F2 is a reliable combat aircraft that has been serving Japan's Air Self-Defense Force for over a quarter of a century. In War Thunder, it stands as one of the most agile all-rounders at the top ranks of aviation. And what about you? How do you fly this agile Japanese fighter? Tell us in the comments down below.